Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I will be doing another reveal of Pixar merchandise on my channel. There's a lot of new merchandise that has come out since the last time I did a reveal. Last time I did a reveal, it was on the Cars 2024 poster and a couple new storyteller set. This time we have a bit more merchandise including from Inside Out 2, from Cars, and a number of Hallmark Ornaments from various Pixar movies. So let's get into this. So let's start off talking about Inside Out 2. So for Inside Out 2, there is this new Lego set releasing on May 1st. It costs $34.99 and can be ordered through the Lego website. As of now, I'd assume through other retailers soon as well. So the Lego set includes 4 figures: Joy, Anxiety, and 2 mind markers, one of which is purple, one of which is blue. And it includes the control console, and it also includes 2 cubes. It looks like on these cubes, you could remove the cubes, and you could also change out the sides so you can see different things in them. So the sides, it looks like, use different designs, created the Legos and stickers of the different emotions. There are also some other graphics as well. So for the designs you could put on the side, you have joy, disgust, sadness, anxiety, envy, ennui, anger, embarrassment, and fear, it looks like. And then there's also 3 more generic designs made out of stickers. So the 9 characters, those are all just Lego bricks, it looks like, in the images. And then there's 3 others that look like they're made out of stickers. So you have one of the devices in headquarters, and then there's 2 more that look like they're like emojis of the different emotions. You could also remove the cubes entirely to make it have like a background behind the control console. The set includes 394 pieces, and it is item number 43248. The second piece of Inside Out 2 merchandise that has been revealed is it's a set of 5 figurines plus a control console from Just Play. So Just Play is the same company that did a lot of the merchandise for Turning Red a couple of years ago. So they will be back for Inside Out 2. I'm honestly a little bit disappointed in that because I think Mattel did a really good job with the first Inside Out movie, and they've also been doing a lot of the other Pixar movies lately and done a great job with that. And Just Play, when their Turning Red merchandise, like, it was kind of hit or miss. Their figurine set was pretty small and just for more like a display set. And I think the Inside Out set that they're doing, that was revealed on eBay, that's kind of like the same thing as Turning Red set. It was revealed by an eBay seller named Toy Diva 1, and they are selling it for $26.99 plus $6.90 in shipping. I'm sure when it's released, it'll be a lot cheaper than that, probably in the 15 to 20 range, if I had to guess. And the set, it says it's from Inside Out 2, but it looks like it's more of like a first film set because it includes the 5 emotions from the first film: joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust. And a control console, which is the control console from the second movie, which is probably going to be the same one that was revealed in the epilogue of the first movie. Although Anxiety is in the package, so I'm assuming they'll have more sets with the new characters. This one is called the All the Feels figure set. Moving on from Inside Out 2, I'm going to discuss some of the new Hallmark ornaments that were revealed in the Dream Book the other day. I was honestly very surprised to start off that they had nothing for Inside Out or Inside Out 2, so I thought that would have been a given since the first Inside Out is super popular, and Inside Out 2, I'm sure that will be popular as well. So I was honestly very surprised they're not doing anything with Inside Out this year, not even the first film. So to start off, we have Syndrome from The Incredibles. That will be our first limited quantity one. And this year is the 20th anniversary of The Incredibles, and we actually have 2 really cool ones in The Incredibles. So in addition to Syndrome and his iconic pose, and he looks really cool in the stock photo. And Syndrome will be 4.5 inches tall, so a bit on the bigger side, which is really good. He looks really, really cool. And then we have another ornament from the first Incredibles, which is Mr. Incredible fighting the Omnidroid. This one looks amazing as well. Unfortunately, the Omnidroid is partially cut off, so it's like the bottom is just flat and part of the Omnidroid is missing, and the Omnidroid only has 2 of its arms, which is disappointing. But I get why they did that because that way it's easier to stand when you're just laying it off of a tree. But it looks amazing. Like Mr. Incredible's in this really cool pose. He has a really cool expression. The Omnidroid itself looks really detailed, and that will be an October release. Costs $22.99, and is 3.03 inches tall, so about an inch shorter than Syndrome. And Syndrome will be a July release, so they're releasing at different times. We also had 2 ornaments from Up this year. This is the 15th anniversary of Up, although neither of them are from the Doug Day series, Disney+. So the first one, we have Carl and Russell hanging off of the hose, which is attached to an Up logo. And you pull the ornaments down, and when they go up, they'll use batteries, and that makes it go up, and also have audio. They used the same technology last year for a Pizza Planet ornaments, where it had the Pizza Planet logo with an alien coming on just a string. That was just generic strings. This one is pretty cool too. In this one, they actually made the string the garden was in the movie instead of just a generic string. And there's two characters instead of just one. And then the second up ornament is another one of the limited edition ones. That is called Good Boy Doug. And that will be Doug with balloons attached to him, which is pretty neat as well. From Toy Story, this year is also the 25th anniversary of Toy Story 2, so clearly we have a lot of big anniversaries this year getting ornaments. We have a Woody's Roundup radio, which is a retro radio. It looks pretty cool, with a graphic of Woody and Bullseye, kind of like an old style graphic where it's not colored in, it's just line art, and Woody's Roundup logo. AM radio knob, although the back of the ornament's unfortunately just a plain red, and so are the sides as well, but it will play the Woody's Roundup song, according to the description. I think it'll go nicely with the Woody's Roundup guitar they did a number of years ago. So now we actually have two ornaments from Woody's Roundup. They're not characters, but are some of those merchandise that Al had in his apartment that Woody was enamored by as ornaments. There's radio this year, and then the guitar that they did several years ago. Speaking of the guitar, we have Miguel and Dante being released from Coco this year as well. It's Miguel and Dante in a nice pose. It looks like Miguel and Dante are attached at the foot. And Miguel also has his Ernesto de la Cruz guitar as well. Looks like there's some sort of fake tape in it or something, so I'm thinking this is the one that he made himself. And it's pretty cool they're doing Coco. It's the first time they're doing Coco in a while. From Monsters Inc., we have a really cool one called Sully Builds a Snow Mike, which is Snowy building a snowman, except Mike is the head of the snowman, which is pretty cool. I love that they're doing that. It's such a cool idea. It's kind of a bit obvious when you think about it, but apparently nobody saw this before, and it's pretty cool. And Mike is actually using the hat that he's used in some of the Thanksgiving promos that Pixar made way back when. And then the last ornament in the main line is this really cool ornament called Totally Unforgettable from Finding Nemo. It's a papercraft ornament. It looks like it's different layers of paper that are put together to kind of give it 3 dimensions. Each component of the image is on a different layer of paper, and it's put together in wooden frames that are laser cut, which is pretty cool. I've never seen an ornament like that. So the image itself, it's just a general stock image that Pixar made for marketing, featuring Nemo, Dory, and Crush. And then in the laser cut wooden frames, those create a coral design with water bubbles. It looks neat, although personally I'm not a fan really of the ones that just use stock renders as opposed to actually having 3D sculpt. But this is such a different artistic creative process that was created to make the ornament unusual that is pretty neat, and I am looking forward to getting it. And then the last ornament that we have is in the minis line. So this year's mini ornament from Pixar will be Merida from Brave. So the last several years, Pixar has had a couple of mini ornaments per year. So a few years back, they did Nemo and Baby Dory, and in the past 2 years, they did various characters from the Cars movies as well as Lugs of Lamb. So this year, we're getting Merida from Brave. However, the only negative, if you're only interested in collecting the Pixar ones, is that although it is great that you also collect Disney ones in general, is that it's in a 2-pack with Snow White. You have to get both of them or neither of them. You can't just get the one of them. The mini ornaments are really small. They're comparable in size to literally a penny, which is tiny. They do make mini trees that are pretty small. I don't have one myself, but they're intended for that. If you put it on a normal size tree, it's you can't really see unless you're pretty close to the tree. But nonetheless, it's cool to do. It's $20 for these 2 tiny ornaments. And then the other ornaments are the same price for a couple dollars more, yet they're much bigger. So I don't get the pricing, but it is what it is. So Merida, according to the Hallmark's website, will be 1 1/4 inches small, tall rather. So that is really, really tiny. That's about a quarter of an inch of a third or a quarter of the inches of the other ornaments that they're doing this year. So the last new piece of merchandise that I'll be going over in this video is this new Global Racers Jumping Raceway playset from the Cars movies. So the GRC, or Global Racers Cup, is this new expanded universe line that's part of the main line this year. So pretty much all the World Grand Prix racers that Mattel is making this year, except for Lightning McQueen, and are going to be part of this line. Cruise Mirrors and Jackson Sword for Cars 3 are also part of it, but they're also getting the regular versions as diecast. So I was going over that a bit in the last merchandise review video that I did, and I'll put a link to that in the description below and the card suggestion. So this new playset, it looks pretty cool. So it's like a jumping raceway. So, and it uses the kid powered crank booster that they had in the Piston Cup Action Speedway that I did a review on that last summer. I'll also put a link to that in the description and the car section in the top right hand corner. So they're using that same booster again. It includes 2 plastic vehicles of McQueen and Francesco in their GRC paint liveries. And McQueen is using his Cars 2 model. It's honestly kind of weird that they're bringing Cars 2 back in the Expanded Universe now, because ever since Cars 3 came out, all Expanded Universe content has been for Cars 3. So it's pretty neat that they're bringing Cars 2 back now. Yet there's also going to be Cars 3 lines in the Cars 3 characters in this Cars 2 line, pretty much, which is neat. So on the package, you could see that they actually took McQueen's original stock image from Cars 2, but they photoshopped or re-rendered it with I don't know the exact process that Pixar made to do the art, but they put the McQueen's paint job from the GRC on it, which is never actually seen in the movie. As far as I'm aware, there's no short film or anything, because there never is for the Expanded Universe content. Although it is interesting how it is part of the main line. I don't know if it's going to be a new thing now where there's like, we still get some Expanded Universe stuff outside the main line, some in, like Glow Racers that they're doing now, those aren't part of the main line, but the GRC is. And then last year we had the Disney 100 line, that was also part of the main line. For that, we had Racing Red, that was part of the main line. So I don't know if now we're just getting Expanded Universe stuff as part of the main line and some that's not. But nonetheless, getting back into this playset, so it is after you launch the car, it looks like it goes on a straight path, and you have either an option of just having it just stay on the ground, or it jumps up, and then it goes on a 180 or 360 degree turn. It actually intersects with that path, so you have it flat, not jumping. They could crash, or if a car misses the jump, they could crash. They're kind of like a figure 8, except it's not actually a figure 8. And then it turns again, and then at a 180 degree, and then does another 360, not 360, a 180, and then, or hairpin turn, if I'm recalling correctly, like kind of like a hairpin for the linear Cars 2. And then there's also a track on the side near where the launcher is. That could connect to all the playsets they've done the past year, so you can connect to the Piston Cup Action Speedway, the Glow Racers playsets, the Frank Escape and Stunt Race playset, all the Cars on the Road playsets. Although they only started using this connector with Cars on the Road. Before Cars on the Road, they're using a different connector, and I guess you could probably 3D print an adapter to connect the 2 different types, but I don't know if anyone has ever made one. So this can only connect with the newer playsets. Now they're using the new connector, but it is cool that they are doing this. I do like how the color scheme for it is a dark blue and a light blue, because blue is actually my favorite color, so it's pretty cool that it's entirely blue. I do really like the track. It does look pretty cool, and I will definitely be reviewing it once it's released, for sure. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of all the new merchandise that's been revealed in this video, or if you've seen it somewhere else than wherever else you saw it. And if you'll be picking any of this stuff out, what do you think of the Cars playset, all the new ornaments, new Inside Out 2 merchandise? Let me know what you think about it all, and I'll see you soon for another video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye now.